Welcome to my channel, where frugality's the key. Saving money, living wisely, that's our journey, you see. From budget hacks to DIYs, we're gonna have some fun. Join the Frugal family, we're second to none. Oh yeah. Leave a comment, subscribe, and hit the like. Together we can make this frugal life shine bright. Thank you for keeping me company every single day. You're part of my lovely frugal fam, that's what I gotta say. Share tips and tricks so you can save a dime. Turning little into much, it's gonna be just prime. With love and gratitude, I'll be a thrifty guy. Let's embrace the frugal life side by side. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, in the kitchen, cooking up a feast. Budget meals for the east to the west. Feeding families, keeping hunger at bay. With simple recipes we find a way. Take some simple fruits and a pinch of love, a sprinkle of spices sent from above. Whip it all together in a big old pot, a wholesome meal that'll hit the spot. Food for the soul, it's what we need, nourishing bodies with every kitchen deed. From my family to yours, we're all...
So I thought I would do, I don't normally do a taste test on video, but I'm sorry about the lighting right now. The potatoes are good. Cooked perfectly. They could be a little crisper, but I put too many potatoes in the skillet for that. And the sausage is nice and smoky. You can taste the bell peppers and onions. And this cornbread, I get this from the Dollar Tree. And it's kind of fun to have a piece of sausage on the top. And now I'm rude, talking with my mouth full. But it's the sweet kind of cornbread, which I like. What do you think, Mark? These are the chicken legs, all of them, and I butterflied all of them, and I salted both sides. And I'm going to put these in the refrigerator for a little while to let the salt absorb. I'm not going to I'm going to probably cook 6 of them today and probably 6 tomorrow. So the second batch will taste better because I will have salted that batch earlier. But I didn't have time to, or I didn't make time to salt these yesterday because Mark had the day off and we went out and did things. My temperature did come up to temp. I have a meat thermometer that I use every single time. Now I'm just putting in onions, the onions that I chopped, and I'm going to throw in some garlic as well. I'm just going to put in like a humongous spoonful and then some of the juice. So I looked through my pantry and I found these from Aldi. And now we went to Aldi in the fall. I think I did a haul. I think I showed you. Aldi is like an hour and a half away from us. And I'm looking for the Best By date. So the Best By date is 1/26/24. So it's 3 months past the Best By date. Or the expiration date. It doesn't say expiration or Best By. So I don't know what those other numbers mean. I'm sure I could look it up on Google because you can look up everything nowadays. So I'm just going to cut into the packaging, and I told Mark we're going to have pasta and I was going to smell it and see if it smelled okay. And it smells fine. To me, it smells fine. So I am going to go ahead and use it. I'm going to follow the package directions. I don't know how much we paid for this. I'm thinking it was around $2. So it's well within my $5 budget. So this is what we're going to have with the chicken. I'm going to salt my pasta water. We're just going to have the onions and garlic chicken with this pasta. I have a can of green beans, so we'll just do without vegetables tonight. It'll be fine. So I'm just trying to eyeball this as best I can. My husband is a big eater. I don't know how he does it. I guess because he's so tall. This may not be enough food for him. If it's not, we have other food in the house. We have leftovers. Actually, we have some of those. Does looking at food ever make you full? I ate lunch, which was a little bit of rice and a little bit of pepper steak. It filled up this bowl to about like right there. So like 3/4 of the way, 3/4 of the way. And I ate around 12:45, and I shouldn't be eating now because I'm not really super hungry. And one of the rules of weight loss is really you don't eat when you're hungry. But if I don't eat now, see, and this is kind of messed up because if I don't eat now, I know I'll be hungry later, and I don't want to eat before bed. But I'm eating so that I won't feel hungry later. So I don't know if that's normal or not. I don't know if you're supposed to be doing that or not. But I'm just going to let this batter melt, and then I'll add the chicken on top. So this is what my chicken looks like. Hopefully you can see it. Not all drumsticks are created equal, and this is a big old fat drumstick. So I'm going to put this one over here because, like I said, I just don't eat as much as Mark. I'm going to put all of this, I almost said rice, onion mixture on top of the pasta. So I really probably didn't even have to put that butter on there. And that is dinner. So this is the second $5 dinner. It's probably less than $5, but we'll say it's $5. And we're gonna go eat.
In a world so loud, I found a quiet place where I share my journey with a gentle grace. A channel of wisdom for a frugal life.
So whenever I make mashed potatoes, I don't really do measurements. I just kind of eyeball it. So I can't really say how much money I've spent on the milk and the butter and that type of thing. I know it's just like pennies. Like I just put maybe a quarter cup of milk into these potatoes, and I probably will put a little bit more. And I'm not even like, this is not even a tablespoon of butter. And hopefully these are still warm enough. They've been sitting in the colander for a while. I'm going to have to unplug my ring light to use the mixer.
Where the trees whisper secrets in the soft moonlight. Come and join me in this forest of delight. Subscribe, like.
Also, I wanted to say that the potatoes were 2 5-pound bags for $4 or $2 a bag, which is a really good price for us because the potatoes had gone up to like $3.30 something for a 5-pound bag. This is just pepper. And I've noticed sometimes these white potatoes, I guess they're so starchy, they end up crawling up the beaters. So be careful.
Let's take flight.
So I do have some sour cream, and I am going to put a few spoonfuls of sour cream in here just because I have it. And it's Friday night. Mark is going to get off at 5, which doesn't usually happen on a Friday night, or doesn't always happen on a Friday night. And I just want our meal to taste kind of delicious, even though it's a budget meal. So I just put a couple of, as you saw, a couple of heaping spoons of sour cream. And if I had some chives or green onions, I would put those in there, but I don't. So these are my mashed potatoes. You can tell me if you guys do them differently or if you do them about the same. So I liked the way that the chicken came out yesterday. So I'm going to add the same olive oil and butter. What is that? Must be a piece of truffle. I don't necessarily want that in there.
Nature guides us to live simply true.
And I should have taken my chicken out sooner and let it come to room temperature, and I forgot. But this is the chicken from yesterday's dinner, which you will have just seen seconds or minutes ago. I'm not going to add onions to, I only have a half onion left. and I'm not going to add onion or garlic to the chicken. I shouldn't have done that yesterday. The onion was too sweet. I didn't enjoy that completely. It was good. Don't get me wrong. It was good. So I'm just going to let this brown. I'm going to turn my heat down just a little bit.
Amongst the trees, there's a place for me.
You have to let me know down in the comments. Do you guys like the videos that I make where I talk and cook, or where I put music over and cook? What is your favorite? So I'm going to just let that brown on that side and then flip it over. While that's cooking, I wanted to just show you my can of green beans. I didn't use yesterday. I am going to use this today because I just think it goes really well with the meal. And I like green beans together with mashed potatoes and chicken. And it is in budget. I would like some type of gravy. I have a country gravy packet.
In the rustling leaves.
Probably something that's different about my budget cooking videos that's different from other people on YouTube who do these. First of all, we eat what I make. I don't just buy the stuff and make it for a video and then give it to my animals or throw it away. We actually eat it. I'm not saying other people don't. I'm just saying we eat it. And I want to enjoy my food. And if I have something in the pantry that may put me a few cents over budget, I'm going to do it. You can omit the gravy if you want.
Hear the wisdom grow, a sanctuary of knowledge where the rivers flow.
If you don't like gravy, don't use it. I could have just added some flour to this and some milk or water and made my own gravy. But since I don't like the way it tastes, I wouldn't like the way that gravy tasted. So I'm not going to do that. So I could add 2 cups of water, or I could add a cup of water and a cup of milk according to the package directions. So with the prices the price breakdowns you've already seen, what I did was I went to HEB. Like say the eggs, our eggs down here are $2.48 for a dozen, and I just divided that by 12. So your eggs might be cheaper. Your eggs probably are cheaper, but grocery prices are expensive where I live. The eggs I get from my brother and sister-in-law, they are farm fresh eggs, but you know, if they didn't give us the eggs, I would be getting them from HEB. And so I would be spending $2.48. I wouldn't be buying the cage-free brown eggs. Since we're going to eat this tonight, I don't mind double dipping. I'm not sure if it needs more salt. Okay, I'm going to put this in the oven. The oven's turned off, but I'm going to put this in the oven and I'm going to heat up my green beans. So with the green beans, I'm just going to add a little salt. You could add garlic powder, onion powder. I'm just going to add salt. I don't feel like tasting the onion or garlic again tonight. So I am going to microwave my potatoes because I don't really want to put them on the stove and heat them up that way. That's a good amount of potatoes. I'm going to have a lot of potatoes left and probably a lot of gravy as well. So the one on the left is Mark's. I know that microwaving food some people say that microwaving food radiates any nutritional value. And I hope that's not true. I have a sneaking suspicion that it is, but while that's heating up, I wanted to show you this bread that I just pulled out of the freezer. So if I cut it in half, it will be 50 cents for the loaf. That is about 50 cents. And then I'm going to cut it in half again. So that'll be 25 cents. And then I'm going to cut this in half again. and Mark just got home. So by the time dinner comes around, this is why I don't normally do thumbnails of my plates of food, because I like to take them with my professional camera, and I'm too hungry to do that right now. So hopefully this will make a good thumbnail. But this is mine. I'm not going to be able to eat all that, I can tell you right now. Either Mark's going to have to finish it or I'll give it to the dogs. I'm talking about the potatoes mainly.
Discover the beauty of a mindful way, where every choice we make can brighten up the day.